Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope all is well. Today I'll be showing you how I make this project. As you can tell, it's a crochet mask. So if you want to know how I did this, you can stay tuned and I'll show you how. Alright guys, so what I'm going to show you next is how I measure from this end to that end to get the measurement, the foundation width. Alright, so imagine this is one of your ear. So what I did was come down inch and a half from my ear, and then from the inch and a half point I took the tape measure. I went across my chin, making sure that the tape measure is right on top of your chin area, and then went straight across. And going straight across, I got my measurement. So my measurement here is 8.5 inches. Alright, so I went ahead and make my chains. I crocheted 39 chains here, and as I figured this would be sufficient. So what I'm going to do is measure across, and what I measure across, I stretch it slightly. Right, so that is sufficient. After that I'm gonna measure, after that I'm gonna make one chain. Alright, so after you finish with your foundation chain, the next step is going to make your single crochet stitch. So to start the single crochet stitch, you're going to start in your second chain. So you're going to make 5 single crochet stitch in 5 chains along here. Alright, these are your 5 chains. Okay, next in 4 of these chains you're going to do half double crochet stitch. Alright, so those are your 4 half double crochet. Now in 21 of these chains going across, you're going to make double crochet stitches. So these are my 21 double crochet stitches, and if you're not sure, you can go back and count them. Right, these are my 21 double crochet stitches. Alright, so in all you should have left over here 9 chains. So that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Next we're going to repeat these stitches at this end. So the next 4 stitches going to be 4 half double crochet and then 5 single crochet. All right, that's the end of my first row. All right, so I reached the end here, so I'm gonna turn my work and chain one, and all I'm gonna do for my single crochet and the half double crochet is just repeat my second row up to this point. So you chain one, and in the very first chain you're going to make sure and go through the full chain. And you're going to go through that chain and make a single crochet stitch, and you're going to continue that in 5 of the chains. Right, the next 4 chains you're going to do the same thing but with half double crochet stitches. Right, and when you go through the chain completely you get a better closure, and as this is a mask you want to make it as close as make the stitches as close as possible. All right, so these are my 5 single crochet stitch and my 4 half double crochet stitches. All right, so the next step is to make this pattern, and I'm going to show you how I do that. I went ahead and marked my 21 chains from start to finish right here. All right, to start we're going to skip 1 chain, and in the next 2 chains we're going to make double crochet stitch. Right, the next thing I'm going to do is wrap the yarn around these 2 double crochet stitch, but we're going to do so by going into this chain that we just skipped. So you're going to pick your yarn up and you're going to go into the chain that you skip. You're going to come around and you're going to pull it up. You go around, you go around again, and you're going to do that 3 times. Right, and once you did that 3 times you're going to go under and pull the yarn through all of those loops. This pattern is very similar to the one I did on the scarf. Alright, so to make another pattern, you're going to go under, you're going to skip this chain, you're going to make double crochet stitch in the next in the next 2 chains. So you go into that chain, and remember you're going through the whole chain. and you make your double crochet stitch. Right, next you go under and you go into this chain that you skipped, and you wrap the yarn around those 2 double crochet stitch, and you do that 3 times. And you pull through all of those loops, and that's your second stitch. Skip, you work into the next 2 chains, double crochet stitch. Alright, so you can see I reach where my 21 double crochet stitch end right here. So I'm going to take my marking out. Alright, so in the next stitch we're going to do the half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. In the next 4 chain I'll be doing my half double crochet. Alright, and then in these 5 chains we'll be doing the single crochet stitch. Alright, so this is our second row. You turn your work, you chain 1, and you do your 5 single crochet stitch. Next, your 4 half double crochet, Alright, next you're gonna do your stitch right here. You skip 1 chain, you make your double crochet in the next chain, double crochet in the next chain, and to make your pattern you go under, and this chain that you skip, you go into that, wrap the yarn around the 2 double crochet 3 times. And each time you pull your yarns up, and then you go under and you come through all of your loops. You skip this chain, work in the next chain, double crochet stitch, next chain, double crochet stitch, go under your yarn, go into this chain that you skip, wrap your yarn around the 2 double crochet stitch 3 times. Yeah. Then you go under and you pull your yarn through all of your loops. You continue that right to this point, to the last stitch right here. Then you're going to make your half double crochet in the next 4 chains. And your single crochet stitch in the next 5 chains. and that's your third row. It's your third row, but your second row with this pattern. Alright, so return your work and you chain 1, and you continue along with 10 rows of all these stitches. Alright, so I come to the end of my rows, and as you know, we made 10 rows, and the reason for that is to fit this disposable mask. It is exactly the same length as the mask, so you can fit that right in between, and that would give you extra protection. Alright, so along the top as well as the bottom, we are going to close it off with single crochet stitch, but between here we are going to skip 1 and make our single crochet stitch. So you start by making your first single crochet, so now you make your final single crochet stitch where this marking is. I'm going to take that out. Next, in the other stitch, in the next stitch, you're going to skip that stitch, and in the next stitch make your single crochet stitch. You're going to skip the next stitch, make a single crochet in the next, skip the other stitch and make a single crochet. You continue that to this mark. Okay, so I'm going to take my other marking, and you continue to the end with a single crochet stitch in all of these chains up top. All right, and the reason for these stitches where I skip up top is for when you put your disposable mask in, you have that wire, so that help that with that curve right across your nose, and that's the only reason. So you see how that goes right there, that's just to help that. Okay, so next I'm going to chain 50 chains. All right, that's my 50 chains, and I'm going to be joining this at the opposite end, and this is the bottom underneath your chin. So what I'm going to do is take my needle and go into my first chain at the end here. And you make a single crochet stitch. All right, and just what we did up top, we're going to do at the bottom. You make single crochet stitch, Alright, so after you finish making your single crochet stitch along here up to this point, you're going to make 5 single crochet stitch along the bottom. But first you're going to skip 1 chain, make your single crochet in the next chain, and you're going to continue that until you get 5 single crochet stitch along the bottom. Alright, and then you continue with your single crochet stitch in each of these chains. Alright, and then we're going to chain 50 chains. But first we have this extra piece here for when we started the foundation stitch. What I'm going to do is put it together with the yarn and make my stitch to cover it. Alright, so next you go through your first chain here, and you're going to make a slip knot, and then you're going to chain one. Okay, then you're going to cut your yarn, pull the yarn through, and you end it off just like that. You thread the needle, then you go through each of these stitches just to end off your work. Alright, you cut your yarn, alright guys, this is my mask finish, and once you follow these stitches you'll be able to tell the top from the bottom. At the bottom here we started with single crochet stitch, then we went along and did the double crochet stitch. So this bit here with the double crochet stitch is what's going under your chin, and obviously this is what's coming across your nose. And as I said before, this can fit this disposable mask perfectly, and having this mask obviously gives you extra protection, as you cannot wear this by itself. So you must put your disposable mask inside of your crochet mask. Okay, and the reason for these long straps is to make it more comfortable and adjustable when you put them behind your ears. All you need to do is just make a knot, just like what I did in this one. That would make it more comfortable and adjustable once you place them behind your ears. Alright, and if you enjoy this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.